Hi everybody, Cher here with you. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm really excited to share a couple of recipes with you that are definitely inspired by fall. I don't know about you guys, but fall is definitely one of my most favorite seasons, and what screams fall better than baked apples? And I'm gonna be using some of my favorite varieties, which is the Honeycrisp. I just picked some up at my local orchard the other day and I can't wait to bake with them. And to go along with them, I'm also gonna share a recipe with you guys. I'm gonna be using my KitchenAid ice cream maker, and I'm gonna be making a vanilla chai ice cream. Oh my goodness. So let's get started. So first up, I'm gonna share with you how to make the vanilla chai ice cream. So in this measuring cup, I have 4 cups of chilled whipping cream. And to that, I actually have 4 of my favorite chai tea bags, and I actually soaked these overnight in the whipping cream. So my hands are nice and clean. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna squeeze these bags because I want to get all that yummy flavor from the chai tea bags. I don't wanna lose any of those awesome flavors here. So I'm just gonna squeeze that right in. So I'm just gonna give that a little bit of a stir. Now the next thing I need to add to this is 2/3 of a cup of just white granulated sugar. Now you can adjust the amount of sugar if you don't want it quite that sweet, or if you're watching your sugar intake. Now you wanna make sure you mix this really well. All that sugar needs to be dissolved into the whipping cream. Next thing we're gonna add is 2 teaspoons of your favorite vanilla. This happens to be my favorite. It's from Mexico. It's so good. Whenever we go to Mexico, I always stock up. Again, if you don't like too much vanilla, then just put 1 teaspoon in there. But I think that the vanilla, along with these chai spices, is going to be delicious. I can smell this already. It smells amazing. Now you wanna make sure that this mixture is definitely really cold. I'm gonna pop this back into the fridge while I get my bowl out of the deep freeze. My KitchenAid ice cream maker, I keep in the deep freeze at all times because whenever I get the hankering for homemade ice cream, it's already frozen and ready to go. And it doesn't take up any extra space in my cupboards or anything like that because I'm just keeping it in the deep freeze. So I'll go ahead and go get that. And when I come back, I'll show you the process of actually making the ice cream. So I just went and grabbed my ice cream bowl out of the freezer, and this is how I keep it, in this little plastic bag here so it stays nice and clean. Just gonna take it out, and it is super cold and very chilled. And then this just fits right here on the base of the KitchenAid. Just make sure it's on there nice and snug. You kind of just twist it and it kind of locks into place. Now the next piece is the little paddle, which is gonna churn the whipping cream and going to freeze along the sides of the bowl here as it goes. And then I've also put on here this little adapter. This comes with the ice cream bowl as well, and you just fit this right over top, just like that. And what you want to do is you're going to actually lower this down. There's like a little gear here that you need to fit into this, and that's what's going to make the paddle go. So you just kind of line those little gears up just like that. I'll just lock this into place. So you want to be sure to get your mixer going on low before you pour your whipping cream in here. Otherwise it'll start to freeze right away on the sides of the bowl, and you don't want that. So here we go. I'm just going to slowly pour the whipping cream right in here. I love this recipe because it's just a versatile recipe, really, and you can make it without the chai tea. I make just this regular plain vanilla ice cream all the time, and what's even better about it is you know exactly what goes into your ice cream. It doesn't have any chemicals or any weird ingredients that you can't even pronounce, like the stuff you get at the grocery store. So as far as ice cream goes, it's pretty good for you, I think. So this is going to take anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. I will check it at the 15-minute mark, and when I come back, I should have some really yummy soft ice cream to show you. So my ice cream is all ready, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the paddle out of my bowl here, and I'm just going to scrape all of the ice cream off the paddle. And oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Turned out awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this in a Rubbermaid container and pop it into the freezer. And you could eat it like this, which we do very often if I'm having a dessert that's ready to go. And soft ice cream like this is, oh, it's so delicious. But I'm going to be chilling this in the freezer while I make our next dessert. So now I'm going to show you how to make the baked apples. Now these are going to be special baked apples because they're going to be stuffed and they're also going to have caramel candies on the bottom of them. These are actual Kraft caramels. In my opinion, that's the best caramel to get. Now in this bowl I have some rolled oats, some flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, and some chilled butter. Now I have actually increased the recipe that I'm going to put in the description box because the recipe only called for 4 apples and I'm going to be using 6 very large apples today. And so I've actually added a little extra of everything in here. So I'm just going to take my little pastry blender and I'm just going to cut this butter into my rolled oat mixture. And we want this to look like little crumbs basically, because this is going to be the crumble that's going to go on top. So when stuff gets stuck in your pastry blender, you just take a knife and kind of poke it through the little channels here and just keep going. Just when you think it's never going to combine, all of a sudden it just kind of comes together here. You could do the same thing with a fork. It might just take you a little bit longer. I happen to have one of these pastry blenders, so that's what I'm using. So this is what my mixture is looking like now. It's all like little crumbs, and this is just the perfect consistency for our topping for our apples. But before we can use this, we need to prepare our apples. So what I've done is I've just washed all my apples. This is like I was mentioning before, this is the Honeycrisp variety. These are awesome, awesome baking apples. So what we need to do is cut the top part of this apple off and we want to hollow it out, but we want to be careful not to pierce the bottom because we're going to be putting caramels in the bottom and we don't want to lose all that yumminess. So I'm going to just cut the top part here off, just like that. And then very carefully, if I had an apple core, I would use that, but I don't have one. But again, you still have to be really careful not to go too far. So I'm going to kind of cut around where I know the core is. I've just got this little paring knife, which works awesome for stuff like this. And then you can take your spoon and kind of just carefully start removing that core and kind of hollowing out your apple at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these 6 apples hollowed out, and when I come back, I'll show you how to put them together. So I've just about got this one hollowed out here. I want to make sure I've got enough room to put my yummy filling in, but leaving as much of the apple intact as I can. So that's what that's looking like. So now I'm going to go ahead and put, let's see, how many can we fit in here? I'm going to put 2 caramels in the bottom of this. There we go, just like that. And then we can put some of this yummy oatmeal crumble here right inside. Just stuff it right in there. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is gonna be so good. I might even add just a little bit kind of over the top here like that. And I have a lined baking pan here. I thought I would just line it just in case anything overflows, so then cleanup will be a little easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all 6 of these ready, and then I'll show you what they all look like right before I pop them in the oven. So I'm just about finished my last apple here. Scooping out the last little bit. There we go. My little caramels right in there. I do have a little bit of crumb mixture here left over, but not too bad, I guess pretty close. Oh my goodness, I think these are gonna be so yummy. So these are ready to go into a preheated 400-degree oven, and it's gonna take anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. Now these are pretty big apples, so we'll see how long it ends up taking them, but when I come back, I should have some really yummy apples to share with you. So here they are. I just took them out of the oven. Now these ones took 35 minutes to bake. So keep that in mind if you have large apples like I do here. But regular apples probably would be closer to the 20-25 mark for sure. Oh, and it smells amazing in here, you guys. Oh, I wish you could smell it too. The cinnamon and the apples baking together. Oh, it's amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just plate one of these up, and we're gonna cut into one so we can see what they look like on the inside. And of course we need to put some ice cream on top. Now my ice cream is still soft. I'm just gonna put a nice generous scoop right on top there. So look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks good enough to eat, and I am going to dive into this very soon. But first of all, let's cut this in half and see if that caramel is all melted on the bottom. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this right in half. Oh. To check for doneness, all I did was I just poked a fork in the side and made sure that it was nice and soft. Oh my goodness, look at this. I hope you guys will be able to see this. Look at the gooey caramel on the bottom here. Oh, yum, look at that. That is going to be delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try and see what it tastes like. I'm gonna get a little bit of the apple, a little caramel. Oh, and some of that crumb stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. This is really good. The chai tea ice cream. I think that's the only way I'm gonna be making it from now on. That is delicious. Oh man. Okay guys, this is definitely a hit. I'm thinking this would be a really awesome dessert for Thanksgiving, to go along with your Thanksgiving dinner. Boy, that would definitely impress your guests for sure. So I hope you enjoyed the recipes that I shared with you today, and if you actually try them, I would love to hear what you think of them. So until next time, happy fall everyone, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.